Hey up, how do, and welcome to today's instalment of Loose Lips. This is the seventh feature. We're on series two, so if you're new to this, I'm Ben Random. Welcome. What I did is around the second week of lockdown, I wanted to look to speak with people across the globe, different backgrounds, different walk of life. So look to speak and connect with the people that come into watching it, and raise some spirits and some optimism. So that's what we've done. After that, we rolled through a whole series 147 episode, which is crazy. So you can catch everything that we've previously done. Go to YouTube, go to Pop Cult Chic. You can find everything on there or on Instagram, pop.cult.chic. Right now, I'm going to be chatting with Jordan, and he's just sent me a request. So let technology do its thing. Yes, brother. How are you getting on?
Easy, mate. You're right.
I'm good, bruv. I'm just going to put this pin in here to say that I'm talking to my main man. What shirt you got on? I bet you got a fruity one on.
What I have just for you, baby.
How have you been getting on through lockdown, bro?
Pardon?
How have you been getting on through lockdown?
You know what? It's been all right. It's been quite nice to get like a slower pace of life. To have more time for people to catch up and talk to them and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's been all right, to be honest.
Fair. How's it impacted the business? I saw that the correct term, and Laura Bartlett's in the group, so I've stolen this term from her. But you've had to pivot. You've had to pivot it, haven't you?
Do you know what? It's like 10, well, I don't even know what day it is. Like 12 weeks ago, we lost most of our work, and all the clients got paused stuff because obviously no bars, clubs and restaurants and stuff were open. So everything stopped really. So it was a bit of a shock. So we had like a bit of a 10-week break, caught with people, did some bits and pieces like for charities. We helped like my friend Rosita at House of Cocoa. So we basically fed kids. So we raised like 4 grand to feed underprivileged kids and stuff like that. So we did that.
Amazing.
And what else have we done? Helped the National Timeout campaign, so like helping bars and restaurants try get some.
Oh, with the statement that was put out.
You what, sorry?
The statement that was put out, I think I saw that one as well.
Yeah, so basically all the bars in Leeds got together and they come together to like, help each other. It's quite nice, the camaraderie that's coming and the support they're doing for each other. And they basically wanted a bit of leeway on rent and help, basically. So we helped them with a PR and press on our downtime. So no, that was all right. But then the rest of it, I've got the best tan I've ever had. I've tried a few gins, but yeah, no, it's been all right. Yeah, got on with it.
So how's it changed and how have you managed to evolve with it in this time over the past 2 weeks?
So basically, 2 weeks ago, we've got a website, PG Promo, so we promote offers, discounts, and events. We've got a database of 50,000 people in Leeds. So that was more of a side business before, but that's how we launched Pink Gorilla Hairy Lemon. So it's basically going back to basics. Voucher Boys back, doing that again, basically. So we're working with some bars. We've got like Restaurant Bar Grill on board, and then we do some stuff for like House of Cocoa again, to different people really. So starting there again, and it's all turning more PR and social media because I don't know when we're gonna get back in a bar really.
It's crazy, isn't it, to think how it's all had to just adjust and adapt, really.
So awkward when you're walking down the street, it's just like back.
I don't even see hardly anybody on the streets.
But then?
I don't hardly see anybody on the streets. It's crazy.
Oh, I do. Over. It's like playing chicken. Who's going to move first?
It isn't supermarkets. It's proper like, you remember the gauntlet in Gladiators?
Good for you.
I'm good, man. Like, obviously, these chats have been really, really cool. And before that, I was doing quizzes, which you've actually played one.
I don't good that. We actually had to do one the other day. I'm not a quiz person whatsoever. We had to come up with one. Nearly got booted out of my house, but arguments of how to do it. But not doing it again, so tick that one off.
No, it's been a mad one. I'm ready to be unleashed back out into the wild, but I feel like I'm the best version of me to do so. I feel like I've utilised this time.
Yeah.
So it's good, man. So one of the reasons I wanted to get you on is, and I know I went straight in at the deep end, but like you were one of the faces on the scene, and you managed to do what you do by utilising your popularity into a business, which is genius.
Thanks, mate.
It is. It's proper class. So can you chart us back on that trajectory of time, my friend? Like, can you tell us how it got started, or when you first got the
Yeah.
idea?
Um, what did I do? So I did hairdressing initially. So my dad had a hairdresser, so did worked for him. Then I needed some extra cash, and then so did flyering on a night. Flyering, met people, then started doing guest lists, door hosting, started meeting more people, and then do you remember Doctor Woo's?
Yeah, yeah. Was
We
that
used
where Thingy is now? Neon?
put in.
Is it when? No, it's not where
Yeah.
Neon is it?
So basically, and then I worked at Accent as well. So basically, my friends that were there, they were DJs. So we did a night on a Wednesday. So we started doing promotions, met people. Then I ended up meeting. Then I met this girl who was manager of Revolution Vodka Bar. They were actually pressing the top square. Then I got a job as their first marketing manager. So worked for them for a couple of years, then got the other Revolution. And then I met my current business partner, Deborah, and she said basically, oh, you need to do your own thing and take them as clients. So luckily this guy, Rick, that was manager, he gave us basically my first retainer with Revolution. And then I just tried from there and it sort of like worked out. But yeah, from flyering really. Flyering. And we got basically, and then we launched I had loads of data because we did student nights. Like I love vodka, going around with the walk-ups full of vodka with the buses and stuff like that. It was really fun. Like being at uni because I never went. And then me and Deborah put all our data together and we launched PG Promo, which is still going now. It's like 8 years maybe. And then she did the events and then got into like PR stuff. So then it's it's happened as it is really, I guess.
Can you tell us through some of your most jaw-dropping clients as well, or like projects you've been involved with?
What have been the best ones? I got favours. I don't know because we do everything. Like we work with clients like Harvey Nichols. We do their PR in Leeds and marketing and events, and then we work with Topshop. So we do nationally events, promotional stuff, brand ambassador with Hunters. We do LNER. We've just signed Arrow Taxi. You know, Arrow Cars, the airport.
Yeah.
Basically, they're another company that's involved. So instead, obviously, no one can go on holiday. So there's like hundreds of taxis there. So they've launched Arrow Fresh, and you can get a next day delivery of like groceries, but it's all like Yorkshire products. So it's like fresh fruit, farmers, butchers, Yorkshire, basically helping them get to market and get out to the people of Leeds. So we're doing them at the minute, and then we do all sorts. To be honest, I can't really pick one.
You're in a night. No, I was going to say Mobos. Didn't you have something to do with the Mobos?
Oh no, I went, but you can say organise that if you want.
I know you. I thought you did some party around the Mobos. We'll put that up. We'll just say a source said.
Oh yeah, I smashed it. Won an award. No, no, I can't take credit for that one. But we can say if you want.
Have it. We're amongst friends. Just have it. But as well, then you must be in a unique position because you're speaking with plenty of different entrepreneurs, business owners at this time. Like that Arrows idea sounds incredible. Like, so are you getting inspired by the resourcefulness of these people and how they're managing to pivot and stay alive?
Yeah, it's amazing how people are adapting and doing different things. Like we used to do an event every Thursday. So we do a launch of a bar or a terrace, or we did Pink Gorilla Party on a Thursday. Everyone just got pissed basically. But that's not going to happen. So we're going to have to change, evolving more to the property stuff and working in PR, more the social media stuff. But it's going to be a big difference when we go back and seeing hundreds of people every Thursday talking about and just catching up. But it's been actually quite nice to talk to people a lot more that come to events, because when they came to events, it's just like, oh, hi, you all right? How's your week? You're having a good one, where basically now is giving you time to actually make better connections with people, which has been quite nice. I think I went off on a tangent then. Sorry, mate.
No, that completely makes sense. So you managed to actually get on a full-on level with the people that you work with as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, obviously we had a team of 5 before, but obviously now that's just me and Deborah. So we basically have to start from scratch when we go back. But hopefully we'll get it. I'm quite confident that we'll be doing some stuff, or it will be different, or just up for the challenges ahead, I guess.
How do you think the bars and the restaurant side of it will be different? Like, do you think this will be a forever impact, obviously with the social distancing? Do you think it'll be something that will follow the guidelines and eventually it will return to like everybody being in and amongst it? Or do you think there'll be like forever guidelines?
I don't know. I really don't know. It's going to be totally different. It's going to be a while. I think people will get used to. I'm quite enjoying being at home and getting deliveries to house. And now I can choose my favourite people. It'd be quite nice to catch up with people and get deliveries at home and do stuff. I don't know. I don't know, to be honest. But I'm hoping that we'll get to see everyone soon. It won't be a forever change, but I do think it'll be different. Even though I went to GU last night, I had all big plastic screens everywhere, and that's one of the first places I've been to. I like the corner shop. It's got like it's like one of those future films where it's all ended or whatever.
We are in demolition, man. I've even got Simon Phoenix's hair.
Get those roots to it.
Oh, mate, tell me about it. That as soon as I thought, is it the 4th of July? This hair's going to celebrate Independence Day, mate. It's crazy.
Like Venus.
Mate, yeah, but it's all right. It's not like it's one colour. Mine looks like a packet of refreshers. It's gone off, mate. It's gone off. So you mentioned it before about like the camaraderie and the unity between like the Leeds scene,
yeah,
you know, like the bars and stuff. And I think that that's what stands Leeds above a lot of other cities, is that close, like friendly competition. But when chips are down, it's that we're as one. We're going to band together. I mean, is that one of the reasons why you've remained in Leeds? Because there must have been like times when you'd have thought there's other places to hit up, but before you set up your empire.
There's no empire at the minute. I'm joking. I've not ever wanted to move away because I can basically, all my friends are here. I can work with some really good brands like national ones and local ones, and then I can go do the best things in London. And my friends in London, they don't really see each other anyway. But then when I go down, we all make the effort because it's miles away to see each other. So I've not really ever wanted to move away. And I love the city. I love the Leeds. I love the vibe. I don't think I'd move. Oh, I'll say that now. I don't think I'd move anywhere else.
No, I think it's the best base.
But it was really nice to see all the bars coming together because we're all in a WhatsApp group. So they're all talking about when they're opening, how are you doing this, what you think this is going to be. And it's quite nice how they all come together like big, because normally everyone's like different, say the independents and the bigger brands might not mix as much, but they're all coming together to help each other, which was quite nice. Because I think everyone needs to support big brands and local because everyone needs a bit of love, basically.
It's mad because, like, if you take that when it all like rolls out, it's like there's obviously going to be limitations on the amount of people that can head to bars. But if everyone can send them to each bar, there's just going to be a constant trickle of people like going, "Oh, we've not been there, we've not been there." Like everyone's spending half hour in each bar.
Oh no, definitely. There'll be loads of street parties. I think Greek Street will be quite good.
Yeah, mate.
Bar, because I don't know if you're allowed inside, so they might just have it outside, so it'll be like a festival.
That'd be a right shout.
Yeah, it would. It'd probably get a bit messy. I don't know how social distancing would go with that.
That'd be a right shout. And all the bars competing for the music, like an actual festival, like you just get that bleed when you get too close.
Yeah, definitely.
So, you know, like when you're looking to set up like a business like you have, one of the key things was the database that you had.
Yeah.
Do you think that is liquid gold in today's like industries?
Well, it's not done badly for us, if that makes sense. But I think you've got to have a good product to give people something they want. Because if you just bombard them with rubbish every day, they're going to tune off and sign out because people have got quite a short attention span. So you've got to grab them there. So if you've got that captive audience, it's been really useful, especially winning clients over other companies or brands or whatever. I can just say we've got a massive database and we're targeting this demographic. What you're saying is we've got 50,000 subscribers. It's taken ages to get there. So yeah, it's the money maker. I'm hoping it is because we're starting again, and that's what I've got to do it.
But how do you find that balance of obviously promoting something but not over bombarding it? I mean, even in my fresh like setup with this, it's a weird one because it's like I want people to know it's there, but I don't want people to be like, "Oh, bloody hell, he's posting again." So how do you find the balance?
Well, I don't know. Depends. We've got something to say to talk about it, or if you haven't, don't bother. Basically, just one of that. I don't know. Well, you got me there, Ben.
Yes,
got me there. You don't want a quiet chat show, do you? There is a balance, but then if you've got to get something out there, why not do it? I guess. But we're quite careful on who we work with. so it keeps the same sort of message, so people like expect what they're getting. But I just think for me, if I didn't want to look at it, I won't look at it, or scroll past or delete the email. So I don't know. You're getting if I want to send it, basically.
but so say like if you've got a couple of clients, well, no, let's say there's 5 clients, right, and they're all launching something on a Thursday, and you all need to get that out at the same time, but you don't want people to just see pink gorilla post, because you want them to see the actual content of it. So how would you like spread that? Because each client's as important as the same. As you, sorry.
We try not to work with the same sort of businesses or bars, which is really hard. But we do say, it looks like we do a lot and we say yes to everyone, but we do say no to quite a lot of people. So if we're doing a brewery, we won't work with another brewery at the same time. If it's like an alchemist and a botanist, we wouldn't work with one, not wouldn't work with, but you focus on one key thing because you want to get that message across. Because if you're doing 10 different things, it's a bit, no one's going to do well out of it, basically. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I just think that's probably the point that I was really like seeing if that is taken into consideration.
Oh,
if you're just like going bang, 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 then people are always just going to see the pink gorilla and not necessarily taking the content. Because it's crazy. Like your inception of this has sort of risen with the trend of like online social media marketing, so it's almost like a role that you've had to get used to while it's been created.
It's strange going back from doing the business is totally different, and we're working with different things, different brands. Like we're working with helping the guys at Liquor Studio with the online gin. So we basically you create your own bottle of gin online and they send it to you the next day. Just stuff coming up with quick ideas like they've come up with, and working with them and just helping people adapt to still enjoying the different things you can enjoy in the city, but at home. And because we've got the database and the network, we can help companies get that out there, if that makes sense.
I mean, does they say that word of mouth is the most, like, it's technically foolproof, it's the best form of promoting, but then they say it's email. But I would have thought like it would have been more online, but they do say that it is email, like newsletters.
Yeah, because we're quite lucky in the way we've got a really good network across the city with corporates, locals, like influencers and the press. So we can tap into the different networks to get your brand out there. So we're quite lucky in that way. Emails are quite really, like, because we've got a big database. Social is really important. But then also relationships, because people buy off people, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's quite, so word of mouth is, so sort of thing. So we've got these influencers, we've got 100,000 followers. It helps you get the social out there and so on. But then we've got the guy that works in a law firm that's got 200 followers, but he speaks to everyone in that office. But then everyone in that office will go somewhere. So you've got the local influencers, and we're lucky to have that. And the word of mouth is probably more valuable sometimes, not all the time, than the big influencers with thousands of followers, if that makes sense, because you don't know where they are. So, because you trust your mates, don't you?
Yeah.
You always got that foodie on Facebook. They're like, oh, he's gone to this restaurant, that looks tasty, let's try that out, because you know it's good. So word of mouth is the way forward, I guess.
That's mad, like, because the influencers, that again is something that if we'd have been speaking 5 years ago and we'd have been using the term influencers, you'd have been like, what? Like, under the influencers, potentially. Do you know what I mean? We'd have been saying influencers. That's just me. I'm on record. It's my show. I can say it. I'm a record. But, right, do you know what I'm saying, though, right? It's like, it's such a crazy thing to have to get into. So, again, what do you look like what do you look for with an influencer? Because a lot of the time, it might have just been buying views, and a lot of time it is true traction. So, have you ever been burnt with, like, that influence side of it?
It's got to be relevant. Like, the influencer's got to be relevant to what you're working with. Like, is it going to be a restaurant, or is it a girl that's got 100,000 followers or whatever? I keep saying 100,000, it's an easy number to remember, isn't it? Is she selling clothes? Is she going to be right for that brand? You've got to be careful with that. But I just guess it depends on what project you're working on, really. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. But a step further than that is like, when you're getting into these negotiations with these influencers, are the ones that you've worked with tend to have like you know, if they've got 100,000 followers, let's stick with that number because it's actually on my mental vision board of what I want to reach. So we'll keep pulling that into universe. Well played. But like, is it, you know, could you say, oh, we've got 100,000 and after a while, like, actually, I think they've got like 5. I think they've just like cut the numbers.
You can check.
Can you?
Website, yeah.
See, this is what, how can you check? Tell us more. Come on, tell us more.
So you can put them into these websites and basically you say you've got real followers or fake followers. And then also the interaction and what you're getting off people. We're quite lucky in the way that because we do so much and work with so many different businesses and brands, they're like friends now. So look at events, we have a nice time, we have a good relationship. It's great. They're actually mates, but you can back to that. You can definitely check if they're wrong or in China or
how do you approach them? Like again, like
just slide into the DMs, Ben.
You can't slide in an influencer's DMs. You can't slide into any OnlyFans DMs like that.
I just believe all they can say is no. If they're not feeling it, they're not fit. They're going to ignore you or just say no. And then also, a lot of them approach us because we do so much, so they ask to be with us and stuff like that. But if some of them have got like, we call them blaggers, not bloggers. You just want a free meal. I'm not interested. So we just don't even play with that. So I guess it's the same way. If I'm like targeting someone or asking someone to do something and they're not interested, they're just they'll just say no, won't they?
I love that line. What we're looking for bloggers, not blaggers.
Yeah. 100%. There's loads of them on the food. What? Because you cooked one dinner, no, you're not.
It's mad, but because based on that though, you would have seen different generations come through in a sense of like.
You're saying I'm old?
I'm saying you like me, mate. We're experienced about this city. We know what it's about. But you know what I'm saying though? There's familiar faces, and then the next like generation comes. So how do you catch the ones on the rise?
You've got to keep looking out for them. Like I said, because we're quite lucky in the way that because we do so much and we work with so many things and we're quite out there compared to other brands and companies with a social presence and what we're doing and we're active. They'll come to us in natural. We've been quite lucky in a way that we've met the people and we're always looking for them, or even because we're friends with them. Always, have you been to another event? Have you met someone that'd be worth us talking to? Can you link us up? That sort of thing. Like Laura Bartlett's really good for us to do that. She's been one of the first ones, and we met loads of people through her and then some other guys. So no, it's been just like networking, isn't it? People by people. So if they don't like us, they won't do it.
Would you, because you do national brands, do you represent them in any other city, or would you step to any other town and city?
So we do events all over. We do a lot of private events, like occasional weddings, but private parties, birthdays and stuff. But with Topshop, like Topshop Hunters, we've done Barber, we've done Belstaff, we do LNER. So you know the Zuma train?
Yeah.
We worked on the launch of that nationally. So we did an event I can't remember how many train stations, but we did events in the train stations where we had Yorkshire brass bands and different ones and pop-ups and so on. So we do events and brand ambassadors in different areas, but we don't really do, because we do bits in different cities, but we do more events and brand ambassadors. But our event network, because we've got such a good database here, going to another city, we've done stuff in Manchester before, we've done pop-ups in London, but we've not really, because we've got such a good network here, to go there and start again would be a whole new thing. So I suppose now would be a good time, wouldn't it? Because I've got to start again anyway.
Do you reckon though it could be a bit of a collective where you almost organise like trips to different places, so you get the core from Leeds and you're basically taking people to other places for the brands?
We could do that, but then do you mean like influencers or just mean people?
No, just people. I think like an extension to what you have is like you've got that database, like doing a limited party where it's like, obviously it's going to be different after.
Run.
Say that again.
Pink Gorilla on the run.
Something like that on tour. But something like that. But you know, where you've got like first come, first serve, there's like 300 places, and then you take them to another city and you actually take them to a client where you've got a restaurant, and then you get to go shopping and they get a bit of a discount, and all through the PG umbrella.
Yeah, no, it sounds good.
What I like to do, brother, is I always like to give people like an idea, and that is your idea.
Thanks, mate. I'll take that. You can come on the trip for free.
Yeah, I want a DJ. You know this, mate.
You can DJ and host it. Done. Take done.
Amount of times I've said I want to play at a beer festival. You're like, oh, it's not beer festival. What's the one at Aspire that you done?
Cocktail experience. Oh, we've had to cancel that again now because it was supposed to be in May. Because we did it at the Faversham now because it was like a summer cocktail experience, a bit more of a festival vibe.
Okay.
We booked it. We sold hundreds of tickets. Had to given all the refunds. And then we booked it again in August, but it doesn't like it's going to happen. So we normally sell like 700 tickets. So it's, yeah, that's a next year thing now.
This is a good.
Yeah,
I've dipped it. This is going viral as well, mate. I'll DM some influencers. I'll be like, share this so it's on record.
let me know if you get ignored. I'll help you out.
Yeah. But no, like, do you definitely not think that it could be like a Christmassy cocktail sort of thing, or are you focusing now on next year?
Do you know what? The stuff like that is focused on next year because we had loads of stuff booked for the summer, but it's just been put back to next year. And then I think because of bars, whenever they definitely open, it would be more like they'll be busy in their own right. So they're more focused on that. They're not going to want to take it off site. They want people through their doors.
What about a bar crawl though? That's what could actually happen here. So rather than taking other cities in the build-up, do you remember there were like meet-up groups?
In what, sorry?
There were these meet-up groups, like I've forgotten I think it was actually called meet-up, where people who come to a city or they're around the city and they might not be quite sociable, so they go to these events so they can meet people, and that's how they get sociable. You could do one of them and just like take everyone and like an hour at each bar. That'd be sick.
We used to do that for Freshers Week.
That's what I'm saying. You could easily, because you think about it, each bar when they're open, they're going to be like, right, we've only got a 50 people capacity, so you could be like, right, we'll take 50 each hour, like bam, 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 boom.
You just sound like you want a night out. We can do that, us two. I actually did that on the Friday. Went down to Oakwood, and you can get take-out pints. Because I haven't had a pint for ages. You can get take-out pints through different times and go sit in the park and stuff. So that was nice. But you can go to different places and get drinks at the different bars. I don't know why I'm doing that, but anyway.
See, this is it. This is the idea. This is the revolution. This is the bar and hospitality revolution, brother.
I'm up for a bar crawl anytime.
Mate, honestly, get on that, man. That would work. It'd work, I'm telling you. Do you think going to this though, like the crazy thing is that there's going to be places that unfortunately do like suffer due to this.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel like when it lifts that people will feel that impact to be able to want to go and support straight away, or do you think there'll still be a bit of a hesitancy? Because it's not really like at the forefront. It is for me and like yourselves, because we're around the people who are affected by it. So I just wonder, like, if you think how people will respond to wanting to go to a bar when lockdown's lifted.
A lot of the people I speak to, and like in our network and stuff, because we send like the contacts and the lists and stuff, emails and catching up, whatever. When I catch up with people, they bang up for going out. But then you see on the news, people aren't. So I think it's just, again, it's really hard to say. I think we could confidently fill a bar with a party if we're allowed to do it, because everyone's bang up for going out, but it's certain people won't be able to, or certain people can't. So you've got to be mindful of that.
Fair.
Well, you can get a lot of it brought to your house now. So
yeah, but that's not the same, is it?
Not the same, but I think people might be a bit scared about going to, like, say, a packed bar, like an underground packed bar, whereas an outdoor terrace, amazing, because it's fresh air, it seems a bit safer. Whereas, if I don't want to say bars' names, but if you're going like into a downstairs bar that's rammed and you like that with people and there's not much, I don't know, I think that might take longer.
There, that makes sense. Do you you could write it in an article for Evening Post. You could write something to make sure that people are out. That should be the headline, like, get on it.
That's even stopped at the minute.
Oh, because there's not to.
But there's nothing to write about. Food, drink, what's going on in the city? Nothing's going on.
You know, again, that would be a right idea. Is speaking with the hospitality, like people who we know, and seeing how they're adapting at home.
Yeah,
that'd be a good like article.
yeah, people are doing that anyway themselves, and I think if I'm honest, speaking to a couple of the magazines and stuff, because it's all about Corona and the pandemic, it's quite nice to put these stories in between, so it like breaks it up a bit, because it's a lot all at once. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. I emailed them today. Hopefully, I'll get that back.
Well, how are you finding that?
Which what? So
How are you finding doing the article?
I really enjoy doing it, but I don't want to talk like. At first, I was a bit paranoid that I would sound a bit dry at first.
Let me say that again. You said it first and then it cut.
Dry idea. It's a bit boring or whatever. And then you don't want to be talking about the same thing. So I just got into a swing of that, but I really enjoy doing it. So hopefully we can, yeah, hopefully it'll come back.
Because were you writing with other publications as well previously?
No, that's the first one I did. So did the Yorkshire Evening Post last Friday of the month. So now I've only just done them. I'm doing one for Northside magazine next month for their first issues afterwards for July. But my friend that used to work with us, Mavia, he used to have the Northside one, and I had the Yorkshire Evening Post. But that's the only one I've ever done.
How do you find it? As in, like, the process of writing and creating, like, an actual article?
Doing it, but then I feel sick when it goes out. When it's just like you send it over, and it's like, oh, what if you don't sound right, or if it doesn't sound thing. So I once did a spelling thing, and then there's like the guy that's got a company that's competition. So basically, like writing all over social media, or this guy needs to be sacked because he's done this, and all these people writing, and I'm just like, oh. So that makes you feel a bit sick. But it's just a hater, man. But that's the only reason. No, I love doing it, and it's quite nice, and helps get people to know what's going on in the city, because we work with a lot of new brands. It's quite exciting to do, really. So yeah, I love it.
What did you look for, and were it more like you perusing the city scene, the landscape, and thinking that'll do, and what's exciting?
Or
like, is it still singing the stories of the unsung heroes as well that sometimes might not be heard?
It is, but then it is like you've got to think of them. That's such a hard question. It just depends what's going on and depends what's of interest. Because then sometimes I think if it's that edgy, but you'll just go over like some of these things that go on in the city. They're just so edgy, and they're just like, who's going to watch that? And then you've got to think what these people, like say we worked with Rudy's Pizza, so we did that launch, got voted the #1 pizza in the UK. People are going to be really excited about that because it's banging pizza. And then you've got different drinks festivals or whatever's going on. Just try to do different bits of things and make it interesting, just so it's not like an advert. If just mix it for, well, hopefully people enjoy reading it, basically.
Well, if it's the last Friday of the month.
Yes, it's like payday Friday.
So you've literally got a full 3 weeks to a month to build that content before it goes out. So it's probably harder to keep stuff out than it is to get stuff in.
It is, but then as well, in the between, it's like the reason why they got us involved was basically because we work on a lot of the launches. So like, say we knew when Rudy's was opening. But I don't say that because we just worked with them. So Rudy's was opening, or Head of Steam was opening or something. So we'd know first. So it's helping the readers know about new launches and what's coming up and going on in their city, basically, to get them excited. But over those 3 weeks, people could catch wind of it and do it first. So it's just like, then you get excited because you want to get it out there or whatever. We just try to keep it interesting, really, which is quite hard. And then I got paranoid that, oh, is it going to be really dry? That's my worst fear. Like, oh, what is he talking about? But it's got to do it, Anna.
You got to get through that. It's all good, mate. It's all good.
Do this, to be honest, because I've never done it before.
I could tell you were putting it off. Anyone who's watching, there's been a good 3-4 weeks of trying to get him to do this. The only reason I managed to get him is I looked you in at Nolan's quiz dinner. I was called you out. I was like, you better do the quiz. He's like, all right, I'll do it.
Like, you've agreed to it in front of loads of people, now you have to do it. I was like, oh, what? Not very well. And I just thought, it's my mate, I'll just talk to you, and if people don't like it, people don't like it.
This is it. Well, I told you, I'll share with everyone as well, because I am going to put this as a post, but a mate described the role of these as like being at an after party and two people talking, and you just, the listener, people like listening, just been like on the couch, just wigging at like a right interesting conversation at the afters. Like that is, it proper brought it to me. That is what I want for this.
Yeah, I've actually really enjoyed it. I did put it off because I was a bit nervous, if I'm honest, but I'm not bothered now. My hair looks nice, doesn't it? So I'm joking.
So to bring it all the way full back for anybody who may not know, would you like to, probably should have started with this, this is how loose it is, would you like to just cover off what you would class your business as, and it's like roll?
Yeah, so we've got Pink Gorilla and Hairy Lemon, which is PR, events, marketing, brand ambassadors for leisure brands, property companies, corporate companies. And then we've got PG Promo, which is a site that basically you can find about offers, events, promotions going on across Leeds. We've got 50,000 subscribers. It's just like a platform to find out what's going on in the city. We've got companies on there from Liquor Studio to Ossick Brewery to Restaurant Bar Grill to normally we have Black House, Harvey Nichols. We've got Chop House on there. So just basically like offers, events, promotions. It's totally free to use. So that's one of the business. And then I think that explains it.
Yeah. Have you ever advertised as in like, you know, on any of the wall barrels or all like that? I've never really seen you like do that side of it. Do you think that that's got a good strike rate?
You know what it is? I think it's a really good form of advertising for certain things, but for us as a business, well, the event Pink Gorilla and Hairy Lemon, we don't really need. Well, we do now, but before we didn't need to advertise or go find work because we got it on word of mouth and through networking. But whereas PG Promo, when we launched, we did it on there. But again, it's a lot of it's through networking, social media. So like we'll work with friends and contacts at say Asda House, and we can go into Asda House and promote it that way. So it's a bit more direct through a network rather than because we work with a lot of the corporate companies in Christmas parties, events, staff socials. So again, they're friends as well. So it's just like they'll help us, and if we've got a good offer, they'll send it around their office and stuff like that. So we find that works a lot more than the posters. But if I was doing like say the cocktail experience event, the cocktail festival, I think we would do it for that rather than the business. If that
I'm with you.
way to do it, but I think more for events, certain brands. If you're launching a bar, is a really good way. But for a company like mine, not necessarily.
Would you
Really good.
Oh, say that again.
Really good. I'm not knocking it, but for what we do, it probably isn't as it's relevant for clients, but not for us as a brand.
Would you advertise or like get your stuff put on the back of the Arrow taxi cards?
Well, hopefully they'll give it free now. We're working with them. No joke.
There you go.
There's no. Well, I'm going to ask that question. I forgot.
Look at this, mate. I'm telling you, I want 10% of all future revenue at this rate.
10% of my free flyer. You're welcome.
No, mate, I'm telling you, you'll have that. And then before you know it, you'll be advertising around Leeds Bradford Airport as well. Imagine that if like people are landing at that airport and the first port of call to see what's happening is yourselves. That'd be incredible.
Amazing. Because I think as well, I'm quite excited because that PG promo is like the baby. That's how we started and that's how we got there. Before we did all the events, the launches and the parties, we did the promotions and the vouchers. So it's quite nice to go back full circle, have a bit of pressure again to push that and not have it as a side business. And that's the key focus. So hopefully we can, fingers crossed, it'll all work. And yeah.
So you're excited about what the future holds?
It's like, I've had the break. If things are getting back to normal, seems a bit safer. Yeah, I'm really excited for it, if I'm honest. I like the challenge. I like speaking to clients. I like speaking to people again. And a lot of people are a lot more positive now after the time. The fear's not gone, but it's like, it's just, I'm loving it, if I'm honest. It's just quite nice to do something as well.
The final one from me, brother, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, mate, always. I ask everybody this. Is this time, is it pause or is it reset?
I think we've done pause and now it's time to reset. And both. I mean, I think it's positive. People, yeah, I think, yeah, it's reset. Let's go. Let's everyone get back out there, do the thing. I think it's even time for people as well to change maybe the goals and what they do. what they're focusing on. If they're not happy in the job they were doing before, maybe they've thought about what they're doing. It's give people time because life's so busy. I guess it gives you time. Yeah, pause and then let's reset and smash it.
Good man, good
Yeah.
man. Thank you, man. Would you like to, again, just let people know where they can find you and give you a cheeky little ad?
Oh, yes. Yeah, basically, if you want offers, discounts, and promotions across Leeds, log on for free to pgpromo.co.uk. And hopefully, I'll see you all around very soon.
Good man. You take care.
Hey, hope it was all right.
Nailed it.
Cheers, man.
Take it easy, brother. Stay cool.
See you later.
Yes, man. Peace.
Bye.
Jordan Odu there, Leeds legend, just chatting to him about his business and his enterprise as well. So thank you everybody for stopping through. If you're new to this, I'm Ben Random. This is Loose Lips. The sun is shining, which means the sun shines on those that are righteous. So we're enjoying this. Yeah, I've got another chat at 6 with Claire Scott. She's a super impactful, positive lady. What she's had to overcome and just the spirit of how she speaks. Don't miss it. She's already been on the show, and this is why I had to get her back, is because she is an absolute saint. So yeah, that is cool. Also, if you want to see any of the previous chats, go to Pop Cult Chic on YouTube, or likewise on Instagram, go to pop.cult.chic, and all the previous ones are on there. So yeah, I'll see you back at 6. Peace.